Breaking news in the shutdown battle. The new vote to reopen the government just hours away. GOP senators claiming they have enough Democrats on board to end the shutdown. President Trump calling for the nuclear option, telling Republicans to bypass Democrats and vote. Getting his wall? Senator Chuck Schumer's major revelation, agreeing to fund President Trump's border wall in exchange for an immigration deal. What White House sources tell ABC News about the plan to make the wall a reality. Also breaking tonight, the new storm. Blizzard warnings from Colorado to Minnesota. Dangerous driving on the highways. Big rigs rolling off the roads. Plus, the tornado watch just issued. Deadly hotel attack. Gunmen storming a hotel overseas. Guests escaping from their balconies using bed sheets. Tonight, the death toll climbing. Scare on the street. Dozens running for safety when an out-of-control driver jumps the sidewalk. And grab and go. No wallet, no checkout lines, no waiting. The store of the future opening tomorrow.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin with the government shutdown battle unfolding as we come on the air. At this hour, the Senate working towards a 1 a.m. vote to reopen the federal government, and once again, a last-minute scramble for votes underway. President Trump at the White House tweeting Republicans should use the nuclear option, using a majority vote to pass a long-term budget plan. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer urging the president to, quote, seal the deal. Schumer even offering to agree to funding the president's wall in exchange for immigration reform. 800,000 government employees right now in limbo. ABC's David Wright leads us off.
This is really surreal.
Because I thought we were going to avoid the mess we find ourselves in today.
Tonight on Capitol Hill, a showdown over the shutdown.
Makes you shake your head. Who comes up with ideas like this?
I agree with Majority Leader McConnell. The Trump shutdown was totally avoidable.
Tonight, lawmakers are simply hoping to buy more time by passing a stopgap measure that would fund the government through February 8th, with a commitment to dealing with immigration at that time.
Is it realistic to hope that there could be a solution to this tonight?
Yeah, because if it doesn't happen tonight, it's going to get a lot harder tomorrow.
Sources tell ABC News the ultimate compromise the Senate is working towards would give President Trump full funding for his border wall in exchange for protecting the Dreamers, those 800,000 or so young people who were brought to this country illegally as children.
We're going to go to that.
Senator's going through.
And that's likely what we're talking about for an agreement of that.
That might be a tough sell with hardline Republicans who want to restrict immigration. House Democrats won't like it either if it gives Trump his wall. Would House Democrats support such a plan?
All of the money that he wants for his wall?
$20 billion or so.
Oh, come on. And by the way, is that $20 billion going to be paid by Mexico?
Already, the shutdown has forced the closure of some key national monuments. If it goes on, hundreds of thousands of non-essential government workers will face furloughs. Other more essential jobs like air traffic controllers, border guards, and the military will have to work, but without being paid. 69-year-old Venorika Tucker has been through this before.
I live from payday to payday, so paycheck to paycheck. So it's very difficult.
The immediate impact of the shutdown hitting so many tonight. David Wright joins us live on Capitol Hill. David, you've been talking to both sides of Congress all day long. What are you hearing about any last-minute maneuvers ahead of tonight's potential vote?
Well, tonight's vote is essentially a do-over of the vote that failed to pass Friday night, only this time with a 3-week stopgap funding measure and a commitment to vote on immigration in February. Republicans are optimistic that they can cobble together enough votes to pass this measure, but pretty much both sides agree that if they don't pass it tomorrow, this gets a whole lot worse, Tom.
David Wright following every play tonight. All right, David, thank you. Next, the government shutdown possibly bringing President Trump closer to fulfilling his biggest campaign promise, the wall on the Mexican border. This as the new ABC News Washington Post poll showing President Trump starting his second year in office with a historically low 36% approval rating. Here's ABC's senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega.
Behind closed doors, sources tell ABC News President Trump came close to striking a deal that would protect DACA and fulfill that campaign promise.
I will build a great wall
on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words.
The president telling Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer in exchange for $20 billion to pay for his border wall, he'd be willing to offer legal status for those dreamers. But today, the New York Democrats said that deal fell apart.
I believed we might have a deal twice, only for the president to change his mind and walk away.
Republicans venting their frustration, too. Senator Lindsey Graham slamming the White House.
Somebody's got to lead. The White House staff has been pretty unreliable.
Not to mention the Mitch McConnell smackdown after the president tweeted, if stalemate continues, Republicans should go to 51% nuclear option and vote on real long-term budget, no CRs. The majority leader made it clear bypassing Democrats and going with that nuclear option isn't actually an option at all. Now, on this weekend marking the year anniversary of the president's time in office, this is what Americans hear when they call the White House switchboard.
Thank you for calling the White House. Unfortunately, we cannot answer your call today because congressional Democrats are holding government funding hostage to an unrelated immigration debate.
In the Oval Office, President Trump took to the phones, too, calling aides, while his son Eric attended a Mar-a-Lago fundraiser in his honor, saying the shutdown doesn't hurt this administration, it helps.
Honestly, I think it's a good thing for us, Judge, because people see through it.
The politics already in full swing, with the president's re-election campaign under fire for this new ad.
Democrats who stand in our way will be complicit in every murder committed by illegal immigrants.
And that ad, no doubt, angering Democrats. Cecilia joins us live from the White House. Cecilia, we heard Senator Schumer say the president changed his mind and walked away from that deal to fund the wall and save dreamers. What's the White House saying about it tonight?
Well, Tom, they are not mincing any words. Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said today that, quote, Senator Schumer's memory is hazy, and of his meeting with President Trump, she says, quote, his account is false. Tom, we are also hearing that while the president did make a number of phone calls about that shutdown today, Tom, none of those calls went to Democrats.
A lot of mixed messages coming out of Washington tonight. All right, Cecilia, thank you. One more headline about the shutdown and its impact on military families. The Army reports 2 soldiers killed when their Apache helicopter crashed at Fort Irwin. The pilot and co-pilot died during the training mission. An Army spokesperson tells ABC News their families will not receive their $100,000 death benefits during the shutdown. We turn out to the other big story we're following tonight, the major winter storm at this hour, the blizzard warning from Colorado to Minnesota, and the tornado watch issued for parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. The Denver area hit with its biggest snowstorm of the season. Denver airport's de-icing planes, you see it there, hundreds of flights canceled or delayed. ABC's Adrian Bankert is in Minneapolis tonight.
Get ready. There's a new round of blizzard warnings from Colorado to Minnesota. In southern Utah, they're digging out from a foot of snow, while blowing snow in Wyoming forces these truckers to pull over and chain up. This is what it looks like in eastern Colorado. I-70 so dangerous right now, it's shut down in both directions. Dozens of flights canceled at Denver International Airport. Those making it in are delayed up to 2.5 hours.
It's just kind of a mess right now. Everyone is trying to get onto planes.
Minnesota is set to get hit in the ingredient for steel.
Rush hour. What happens is
along the Connecticut coast.
Now,
for the
Minneapolis hasn't seen much snow this year. It's been cold, but they're about to see a lot of snow with this system as it tracks off towards the north. Two sides to it. The warm side, look at that tornado watch. That's in effect till 11 o'clock tonight for the Arklatex region. We've already had a tornado warning for eastern parts of Oklahoma. And there's the snow. The blizzard conditions on the back side of this I-70 through I-80. Sioux City is going to get a lot. Chicago, mostly just rain. Those thunderstorms will continue to push off towards the east. But you saw in the morning, that's when Minneapolis will see the heaviest snow throughout the afternoon. Winds gusting 30, 40 miles an hour as well. And a slice of 12+ inches of snow there, especially across southern Minnesota. That will paralyze some communities.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. We turn overseas now. New images of the deadly hotel attack in Afghanistan. At least 18 people killed. Dramatic video showing guests using sheets to escape down the balcony of the Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul. That hotel, the scene of another deadly terror attack 6 years ago. Here's ABC's Jennifer Eccleston.
New images tonight revealing a terrifying escape from Kabul's Intercontinental Hotel. One falling at least 3 stories. Afghan SWAT teams that left at least 18 dead, most of them foreigners. Tonight, the Taliban claiming their soldiers stormed the luxury high-rise late Saturday. Saying, shoot them. They were shouting, killing anyone. Survivors describing a grisly scene inside the hotel, militants with AK-47s, grenades, and suicide eating dinner. Crossfire.